Hello everyone and welcome to Season of War. Tonight we are back for another short Age of Sigmar video. My name is Fabian and today we're going to talk about the new General's Handbook. Without further ado, let's get started. First thing first, we have the season rules, and for this first season of the new edition we only have one, Honor Guard. After finishing to deploy all your units, you can pick one unit in your General's regiment to become the Honor Guard. Then you get to pick between three abilities. The first one is Special Assignment. It gives your Honor Guard anti-infantry, anti-cavalry, anti-war machines, anti-monster or anti-beasts. And this ability only applies if the Honor Guard charge this turn. The second one is Priority Target. You get +1 to hit and wound for attacks that target any unit in your enemy general's regiment. And the last one is Bodyguard. It gives -1 attack to units that are in combat with your general, as long as the Honor Guard is wholly within 6 of your general and has not charged this turn. Battle tactics for the season are also found in the General's Handbook. You get 6 universal tactics. They are the same as the one in the core rules, and they are to be compared with the 8 we had in the previous edition. And then there is no more Battle battle tactics. They are being replaced by Grand Alliance battle tactics, and there are 2 for each of the Grand Alliance, which is a lot less than what we had in the previous edition, where we had between 3 and 7 specific battle tactics per army. For more detail, just check out our video on battle tactics. Let's jump in the battle plans for that new season, with the first one being Border War. Border War has 4 objectives. 1 in your home territory being worth 1 point, 2 in the middle being worth 2 points each, and 1 in your opponent's territory being worth 5 points. But it's worth noting that the maximum points you can score is still only 6 points. And for the twist, the Underdogs unit get +1 to hit against units that are contesting your opponent's home objective. The second battle plan is Focal Points. It has 2 home objectives, 2 flank objectives and a center objective. And at the start of each battle round, the underdog can make the center one either a flank or a home objective. For the scoring, hold 1, hold 2, hold more are worth 1 point each, and holding 2 of the home or flank objectives is worth an extra 3 points. So it's going to be very important to get 2 of the flank or home objective, and the bonus for the underdog is pretty massive. Then we have Start Strike, where we start with no objective on the battlefield. In round 1, 1 objective is added, and then in round 3, we have 2 more, and each of the objectives is positioned based on a dice roll. If any objective was to be set up on a terrain, instead, any unit on that terrain takes d6 mortals, and that terrain becomes an impact site, and it counts as an objective for the rest of the game. For the scoring, holding 1 objective is worth 3 points, and holding more than your opponent is worth an additional 3 points, so holding that single objective rounds 1 and 2 will be very important. Our next battle plan is Shifting Objectives, in which we have only 3 objectives, and at the start of each round, after determining who goes first, roll a d3 and it's gonna tell which objective becomes the primary. The underdog can make reroll that d3. For scoring, you get 1 point for each of the secondary objectives, 2 points for holding the primary objective, and then 2 points for holding more objectives than your opponent. In Feral Foray, there are 6 objectives, 3 in each territory. At the start of the round, each player can raid an objective they control and contest in their opponent's territory. That objective cannot be either contested or controlled for the round. The underdog can raid an objective that they only contest, as long as it's still wholly within enemy territory. The scoring is hold 1 for 2 points, hold 2 for 2 points, and hold more for 2 points as well. Then we have Jaws of Gallet. This one has 5 objectives, with 1 in the center and the L-shaped deployments. The bonus for the underdog is pretty important on this one, as starting in the second battle round, after they score their points at the end of their turn, they are able to remove 1 objective for the game. And the scoring is classic hold 1, hold 2, hold more, with each being worth 2 points. Next one is Battle for the Pass, with 4 objectives, 1 in your home territory, 2 on the line, and 1 in your opponent's territory. The difference between Border War is that this one has a corner deployment, which means that it's going to be much harder to score secure the flanks. And the twist is that the underdog can add 2 to the control score of every non-hero unit in the army. The scoring is identical though, 1 point for holding your home objective, 2 points for each of the middle ones, and 5 points for the opponent's objective, with a maximum of 6 points per turn. The only 8 objective mission is Scorched Earth. At the start of each battle round, the underdog can pick one of their home objectives that they control, and enemy units get -5 to their control score if they try to contest that objective. In addition, starting in the second round, each player can remove one objective they control in enemy territory after scoring. And for the scoring, it's the classic Hull 1, Hull 2, Hull more with 2 points for each. The better part of Valor is another classic 6 objective missions with 3 in each territory. The twist is that non-hero units become dominant when they destroy a unit contesting an objective and they are contesting that same objective. They lose the dominant keyword if they stop contesting that objective. Dominant units have +10 to their control score, but the underdog gets +1 to hit against them. The scoring on this one is also the classic Hull 1, Hull 2, Hull more with 2 points for each. Then we have the Vice, that starts with 4 objectives, 1 in each corner. Then in round 2 they move closer to the center, and finally in round 4 they all merge to have only 1 objective in the center of the battlefield. In this battle plan, the underdog can pick 1 objective at the end of their turn and inflict D3 mortals to every unit contesting it. For the scoring, we have Hull 1, Hull 2, Hull more for 2 points each, and in addition, in rounds 4 and 5, you score an extra 2 points if there are no enemy units within 6 inches of the center. The next battle plan is close to the chest. At the start of each turn, the inactive player picks 1 objective in their territory to become the primary. The underdog can force the inactive player to pick another one on a 5-up. For the scoring, Hull 1 and Hull 2 are worth 1 point each. Hold more is worth 2 points, and holding the primary objective is worth an extra 2 points. And last but not least, we have the return of limited resources. On this battle plan, if a player controls an objective for 2 of their turns in a row, they can't control it anymore, but they can still contest it. In addition, the underdog has +3 to the control score of units contesting an objective that they control. And for this one, the scoring is also the classic Hull 1, Hull 2, Hull more, with each being worth 2 points. Some closing thoughts on the battle plans. The first thing to note is that most of them have 4 or more objectives. There are only 2 battle plans that have only 3 objectives or less. The underdog mechanic varies a lot in impact, but it never feels broken. All battle plans feel unique and interesting thanks to the large variety of twists and scoring mechanisms. And a very good thing for this season is that most battle plans should see competitive play, only a couple of them might not be ideal for tournaments. And the last couple of things regarding the General's Handbook. All of these battle plans also include a terrain map, and that terrain map is compatible with other battle plans, which means you can get a different experience even if you play the same battle plans multiple times. On all these battle plans, you have 4 small and 4 medium pieces of terrain. And finally, it's worth noting that this General's Handbook includes a tournament pack that is very detailed and well thought. Any potential tournament organizer should definitely give it a read. And with that, we are done for our review of the first General's Handbook of 4th edition. Thank you so much for watching. Please let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video.